Do you all remember the classic ecchi anime from the last century, Golden Boy? The fan service alone was overflowing. Adapted from the manga by Tatsuya Egawa, the author known for Most Understanding of Men's Desires, it was a 6-episode series, each a self-contained short story. I'm bringing it up because I've been catching up on great anime from the last century for the past 2 weeks. However, I haven't made much progress, so if any of you have recommendations, please feel free to share them. I'm eager to expand my viewing experience. Thank you. Now, let's get started. Our protagonist, Kintaro, was a genius and lecherous teenager who loved riding his bike while whistling a tune. One day, a golden supercar suddenly zoomed past him, sending him sprawling into a pile of trash. As he lay there, he grumbled, "Who's the blind idiot who can't drive?" But then a stunning blonde woman, dressed in revealing clothes, stepped out of the car. Kintaro's expression changed instantly. "Oh, I'm so sorry for making such a mess," he said. The woman handed him $1,000,000 to cover the mess and fix his bike. Kintaro hesitated for a moment until she slapped him, her pudding jiggling as she sped off in her supercar. With nothing better to do, Kintaro fixed his bike and continued on his way, only to come across 2 thugs harassing a repair shop owner for payment. Wanting to help, he showcased his manly strength but then quickly hid. "Baka. What are you doing?" Later, Kintaro arrived at a job interview, only to discover that the CEO was the blonde woman from earlier. Despite his academic brilliance, his job turned out to be cleaning toilets. But Kintaro didn't mind. He was thrilled because they were the CEO's toilets. He pressed himself against them and even drank from the bowl. Just then, the CEO appeared and yelled, "You're a pervert. Get out. We don't need you." Yet, after some skillful talking, Kintaro managed to stay. "That woman is gorgeous." Afterwards, Kintaro worked hard and stayed late every night. But one evening, after everyone had left, he accidentally unplugged all the power, causing the company to lose the crucial software development. The CEO was furious. "Hey! A loud spit with phlegm. Ah, oishi delicious." For 7 days and nights, Kintaro worked tirelessly but couldn't recover the lost files. Then one day, the employees saw him deliver a disk containing not only the lost software but also an upgraded version. The CEO was filled with regret, realizing she had lost a valuable employee. She chased after him but found him with the repair shop couple, and they revealed that Kintaro had used the entire $1,000,000 to pay off their debts. The CEO was devastated, feeling like she had lost something precious. But no matter how hard she searched, she couldn't find him again. A true master of the art, Kintaro lives by the motto, "A flower amongst flowers, yet untouched by a single leaf affection given, but no seed sown charming, yet not vulgar." Just one woman can't possibly stop him from moving forward. So, one day, he found himself working part-time at the Kadeda family in Golden City. The Kadeda family is a prominent local wealthy family, influential in both legal and less than legal circles. And now you might be wondering, why is he cleaning the toilets again? Kintaro pressed his body against the toilet bowl and drank from it. He. Suddenly, he exclaimed, "Ah! Miss Naoko. What are you doing here?" Naoko, looking surprised, said, "I'm so sorry, I didn't expect anyone to be cleaning. You've got some dirt on your face. There are no face towels in the restroom, come to my room." While Kintaro was looking around, the innocent-looking young lady began to undress. Kintaro was stunned, feeling like he had fallen into some fantasy. But little did he know, this was all part of her scheme. Terrified, Kintaro fled. Naoko smirked and thought to herself, "This is fun. I'll tease him every day." The next day, they met again. She feigned an apology and then fainted dramatically, leading to yet another encounter. Finally, blushing like a love-struck girl, she handed Kintaro a letter, 11:30 Saturday night, in my room. See you there. Saturday came, and Kintaro went to her room as planned. He thought he was there to help her with something she was too shy to ask about. But instead, Naoko asked him to tutor her, hoping he'd come every day. And so it went. During the day, Kintaro worked his part-time job diligently, and in the evenings, he tutored Naoko. Then one day, she set her sights on his notebook, plotting to get it. After dismissing him, she examined the notebook, only to discover that her schemes had been uncovered from the very beginning. But Naoko wasn't one to tolerate defeat. The next day, Kintaro arrived as usual. And this time, it was the final showdown. I can't show you exactly what happened, but here's a quick summary. "You wicked woman!" Kintaro shouted. "Humph, you only just realized that," she replied smugly. No. I mean, I like wicked women. I don't care who your father is. Come here and let me kiss you." Of course, Kintaro was then brutally beaten by her father and lost his job once again. Dejected, he prepared to leave, but Naoko found him, returned his notebook, and said with a mischievous smile, "If we meet again, I'll let you play a thrilling game with me." Kintaro showed up at a noodle shop today for a part-time job. The reason? Of course, it was the boss's adorable daughter, Kiko. A pure and innocent girl. But this pure girl already had her heart set on someone, a bad man named Cassava. Cassava was there today to ask Kiko out. Their meeting had been orchestrated by a planned car accident. Cassava, seemingly harmless, was actually quite scheming. On their first date, he talked about marriage, professing his undying love. That evening, however, Kintaro stumbled upon Cassava with a flashy, seductive woman, discussing their plans in a car. Their plans? To take over Kiko's family noodle shop and open a bar without paying anything. Kintaro, unable to stand it any longer, interrupted their amorous rendezvous. When the man got out of the car, Kintaro immediately begged him to leave Kiko's family alone. His plea was met with a brutal beating. Interrupting someone at the height of their passion is never wise. The next day, unwilling to see Kiko upset, Kintaro followed them. He found them engaging in some serious PDA in the VIP section of a horse racing track. Cassava was quite skilled at playing with Kiko's emotions, leaving Kintaro utterly disoriented, even after he'd gone home. But Kiko still wanted to marry Cassava, much to Kintaro's dismay. That evening, Kiko went out for a walk and unexpectedly discovered Cassava's true colors. This led to a decisive turning point. Kintaro finally maned up, exacting revenge for the humiliation he'd suffered the previous night. He only left the noodle shop once Kiko's father's hand had healed sufficiently for him to knead dough again. He didn't know, however, that the girl's heart had been completely healed and changed by the events. Days later, Kintaro arrived in a new city and secured a part-time job as a swimming instructor at a local school. He encountered a woman so stunning, so captivating, so overwhelmingly beautiful that even hardened internet users wouldn't be able to handle it, a wild beauty, radiating charisma. From the moment he saw her, Kintaro's primal instincts ignited. Unfortunately, he was a terrible swimmer, and the other instructors were hesitant to hire him. Undeterred, Kintaro boldly declared, "Give me a month. In just 1 month, I'll surpass every single one of you. If I fail, I'll work for the school for free for a year." It seemed he'd stop at nothing to work alongside this beautiful woman. Reluctantly, they agreed. Initially, due to his limited skills, Kintaro mostly taught children, diligently practicing in his spare time. The school's director, a gold medal-winning Olympic swimmer, observed his efforts. One evening, after all the students had left, she asked him why he was so determined to learn to swim. Kintaro replied that swimming made him happy, especially since it allowed him to work with such a beautiful woman. A stroke of luck he never expected. The director was pleased. She proposed a challenge: if Kintaro could match her speed in the pool, he could keep his job. She underestimated him. The moment Kintaro entered the water, he saw a breathtaking sight and instantly caught up with her. A swift headbutt later, he was fired. But the moment Kintaro left, the director regretted her decision, realizing she'd underestimated his popularity with the children. Her interest in him intensified, her gaze lingering, as if glazed with fascination. It was too late though. Kintaro, true to his nature, gave affection but left no seed. Charming, but not vulgar. Leaving the swimming school behind, Kintaro embarked on a new adventure. A stunning biker girl caught his eye. Let's just say, the following scene would likely be flagged by censors. The biker girl did a wheelie and vanished. Kintaro, knowing he couldn't catch her, decided to find another part-time job. This time, he found himself in Kyoto, at the home of a wealthy magnate, Terayama Daidaku. Everything there, from work to meals, was governed by strict rules. Until she arrived, Terayama Reiko, Daidaku's daughter. Outwardly, she was gentle, virtuous, and beautiful, excelling in the arts. Privately, however, she enjoyed smoking, drinking, and riding her motorcycle. One day, Kintaro was caught licking and hugging the girl's toilet bowl and fire. He didn't go far, though. Determined to expose the secrets hidden beneath her demure exterior, he camped in the mountains near her residence for days, waiting for the right moment. He followed Reiko's taxi to an abandoned building. There, he witnessed a completely nude Reiko performing unspeakable acts with her motorcycle. Lost in the spectacle, he failed to notice he'd been discovered. Reiko said, "Since you enjoy watching so much, go ahead. Even if you report me, no one will believe you. But how long will you watch? Let's play a game. If you can catch up to me, I'll give myself to you. I won't resist whatever you do." Kintaro, without hesitation, accepted the challenge. But how could a bicycle outrun a motorcycle? He could. He had to. For Reiko, he gave it his all, hurtling down a near 90-degree slope, transforming into a Spider-Man of sorts to snag onto Reiko's discarded car for leverage, then swinging on power lines. Was this even remotely logical? This was ridiculous. Incredibly, he succeeded in capturing Reiko's attention. On the final turn before the finish line, with his brakes failing, Kintaro leaped from his bike and plummeted over a cliff. Huh. I don't believe you're still alive. Damn, that was close. Blushing, Reiko said, he's a real man. I admit, I like him. I'll give myself to him. I'll accept any kind of treatment. But the most unexpected thing happened. The motorcycle couldn't catch up to the bicycle. Kintaro, riding his malfunctioning bicycle, arrived at his next job, an animation studio. His role was management and planning, basically running errands. Tasks like delivering manuscripts and picking up takeout were commonplace. He lacked animation skills. The complex workflow was beyond his grasp, even for a genius, in the short term. Then, a haughty no, a two-faced woman entered the company. She was the manga artist's assistant, here to check on the progress. Due to the company's blunders, she was furious, leaving with the threat, if we don't submit the manuscript on time, we'll be shut down and severely punished. This put immense pressure on everyone. Kintaro called in his powerful network, a phone call to his blonde girl for computer-generated imagery. Using the director's swimming pose as animation material. Getting Kiko from the noodle shop to solve the food problem. The school beauty and her friend to be voice actors. And Reiko, the motorcycle girl, to deliver footage. Once everything was finished, everyone gathered in the screening room to review the animation. Initially, seeing everyone's serious expressions, Kintaro panicked. But after the animation ended, thunderous applause filled the room. The manga artist's assistant shook hands with the CEO, signifying the successful completion of their collaboration. Then, an untimely voice echoed, "Oh no. Kintaro-'s gone. His bike and luggage are also missing. What? He's run off again. How could this happen? Seriously? If we let him get away this time, we don't know when we'll see him again. Damn you, Kintaro." And so, the story of Golden Boy concludes. I've recently been catching up on various great anime from the last century. If any of you viewers have recommendations, please leave comments. I love you all, meow.